Hey, so I'm going to have to hurry. I'm going to tell you a story out of the Bible. It's the parable of the Good Samaritan. This was Jesus. All these are in Jesus telling others this parable. So this is all red letters in my Bible. It's Luke 10:30 through 37. I'm not going to read all those scriptures, but I challenge you, look them up. You can Google Luke 10:30 through 37, okay? You don't even have to find a Bible at work or wherever you are in your lunch hour. You can look it up, okay? We have no excuses anymore for not being in the Word. So let me just kind of paraphrase. There was a Jewish man had been robbed. They stripped his clothes off and he was beaten and left half dead on the side of the road. Okay, they walked everywhere they went then. Jewish, that meant that he was of the godly tribe, okay? Back then, Jews were seen as a step above, okay? They were, Jewish took care of Jews, okay? Anybody else was not good enough in their eyes for so long until they met Jesus. Okay, so we got that. As the man was laying there dying, hurting, bloodied, messed up, a priest, a Jewish priest, came walking down the road, headed to church, we'll call it, headed to the temple. He come up on the man, and he's like us. We see the need, and it's like, oh, man, that's bad. That's a bad day. But I don't have time. I don't have time. I mean, I can just imagine what's going through his head. I've got a congregation of people waiting on me. I don't have time to stop and get him where he needs to go or help him out, or I don't have time to do what needs to be done. Somebody else will come along and help him. So he's like, I got a lot of people counting on me. I got to go to the church. I got, say 100 people that I got to go preach the word to. So does he help the dude? Mm-mm. He crosses to the other side, and the whole time he's justifying, I think, to himself, that's just one man. I've got 100 in my church. They need me. They need me. They need me more than this. So I'm going to go on to church. So he did. He passed on by him. Well, just right behind him, not long behind him, not together, but behind him, a second person comes on down the road. And I'm sure the guy's laying there hurting, broken bones, bleeding. He's like, surely this man will help me. And, if you're in that kind of pain, you're going to be moaning. You're going to be asking for somebody, please, please help me. Or calling for your mama. That's what I'd be doing. But this guy is a temple assistant in my Bible, it says. So he'd had some duty, some kind of job at the church. So he comes up on him, and he has the same predicament. Stop and help this man who's going to probably die. Or he may be close to death already. He may be fixing to die even if I stop and help. That might have been part of the justification is, I think he's probably about dead. So, and what if I don't get to church and get the sound system hooked up? What if I don't get to church and get the children's church snacks ready? What if I don't get to church and teach my Sunday school class? Whatever he had, whatever this person had as a duty at the church, a job, he saw it as more important than this person laying on the side of the road. That's the point. So he crossed to the other side of the road and just went around him, probably trying not to make eye contact, probably acting like he didn't hear the moans, just like the priest had. So that's two people that had passed this man by, who obviously was crying out for help. The third man comes along, and he's a Samaritan. So that was, back then, was a mixed race of people who the Jews looked on as nothing. like dogs, like animals. They were not worthy of anything in their eyes. See, discrimination's always been, but that's the way it was. But here's the difference. This Samaritan man, this despised man, this man that was worth nothing, had something that the priest and the temple assistant and their godliness didn't have. He had compassion. When he saw that man crying out for help and almost dead, his heart felt it. He had a heartfelt compassion for this Jewish man who he knew probably wouldn't stop and help him on the road if he was dying. But it didn't stop him. Do you think that the Samaritan man just didn't have anything better to do? He didn't have a job at the temple? If he was going along the road, he obviously was headed somewhere. He had stuff to do also. But the opportunity to show mercy, kindness, and compassion and help someone was put before him. He had a choice to make, just like the other two did. His choice was to help. His choice was to try to keep this man from death, an awful death. So what this parable spoke to me when I was reading it yesterday was, are we too busy today doing our Christian duties and work, telling everyone we're a Christian, trying to do the great Christian things, but are we too busy to stop our schedule, inconvenience our schedule, to share what Jesus wants us to share with other people? Jesus challenges us every day. If you're going to walk with Jesus, I can promise you, he never says, oh, you do it. I mean, he does give affirmation after affirmation that, yes, you are doing it. Keep going, girl. But it's always with but today, I need you to step up. Let's keep stepping. Okay? So there are going to be opportunities put in front of you. There will be challenges put in front of you where you have to make the choice. Am I going to continue to speak the words, or am I going to be the words? Am I going to put the words in action? Think about that story today. Are we just speaking out the words of Jesus, or are we acting out the words of Jesus? I truly believe when we begin to be impactful as a church body, as a church whole, as church of Jesus worldwide, it's going to be through loving people, taking time to be Jesus to them. That's going to show them Jesus much better than us saying, go to church, go to church, go to church, go to church. When they find Jesus, you don't have to tell them to come to church. They're going to beat the doors down. They're going to love church. Okay, they're not going to get enough of the word when they get Jesus. But the getting Jesus part, I think, is what we're falling down on. That person could have laid there for dead because the church people walked right by him because it was an inconvenience. Let's not let people be an inconvenience. Take your opportunities today and love on them people.